Hello everyone. I am Jaya Kagra, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government City College, Nayapur, Hyderabad. Today I want to discuss the topic from banking theory and practice. The topic is emerging trends in commercial banking in India. What are the new trends which are there in commercial banking in India? In India, generally the banking system which is followed, that is called the Indian banks, that is commercial bank. The commercial banking system is nothing but which is there in India. So what are the new trends which are there in banking system? So there has been a tremendous change in the banking sector, and these changes include phone banking, online banking, ATMs, mutual funds, etc. As the time is changing, the technology is changing, and this change is a very big change. The big change is phone banking, and the next thing is online banking. Before that, we have only offline banking. Now we have the online banking also. There was a time when bank used to perform only the basic function, but today the scenario is not same. Means the things are changed. Today the technology is improved a lot. There is an increasing competition in this field, and the banks are aiming to offer more and more product and service to their customers. So banks are the one who are offering more and more product and service to their customer. This change has led to no difficulty and customers are at ease. Means there is no difficulty and customers are at ease. The things are not difficult. The things becomes very easy. This change is possible because of the faith which the people have in bank. Means the customer have a very good faith, or we can say the trust in banks. Really the technology and the regulatory changes have had such an impact on the banking industry. The technology is changing and the rules and regulations are changing. So this is have a very good impact in the banking industry. A bank is an institution that provides financial service, particularly taking deposit and extending credit. It's nothing but the earlier the bank is called a financial institution which provides services to their customer, particularly what the bank is doing earlier days. The earlier days bank is taking deposit and extending their services, but the term has changed a lot. How the term has changed a lot. Currently, the term bank is generally understood as an institution that holds banking license. Banking licenses are granted by the Banking Regulatory Authority and provide right to conduct the most fundamental banking service such as accepting deposit and making loans, or we can say extending the services. The start of banks, the bank only which appeared earlier. June 2nd, 1806, the Bank of Calcutta established. January 2nd, 1809, redesignated a Bank of Bengal. April 15, 1840, Bank of Bombay established. July 1st, 1843, Bank of Madras established. 1861, Paper Currency Act passed. Means the currency which is in the form of paper which we see, that has started in the year 1861. Next, January 27, 1921, all three banks amalgamated to form an Imperial Bank of India. July 1st, 1955, State Bank of India formed, becomes the first Indian bank to be nationalized. So in the year 1955, the State Bank of India formed. 1959, State Bank of India as a subsidiary bank act passed, enabled the State Bank of India to take over the 8 former state associated bank as its subsidiary in the year 1959. So we can say that after the independence, the State Bank of India have their 8 subsidiary the associated banks. New trends in bank. Banks have an extensive history and have influenced economies and politics for centuries. The World Bank is derived from the Italian banca, which is derived from German language and means bench. The term bankrupt and broke are similarly derived from the banca rota, which refers to an out of business bank having its bench physically broken. Moneylender in northern Italy originally did business in open area or the big open room, which each lender working from his own bench or the table. Traditionally, a bank generates profit from transaction fee and financial services, and from the interest it charges for lending. So here we can the different things are there. The money lenders are the person who are there earlierly, and they are the person who are lending money to the use, person who are in a need. So they are also called the customer. Then the next thing the bank has come in the recent history with the historically low interest rate limiting banks ability to earn money by lending deposits, and much of a bank's income is provided by overdraft fee and riskier investment. The bank are the person who are charging the low interest rate. But the same thing if it is with the money lenders are those person who are charging more and more interest from the person those who are in a need of money. Services typically offered by bank earlier, although the type of services offered by a bank depends upon the type of bank and the countries. The service provided usually include taking deposit from their customer and issuing checks and saving accounts to individuals and businesses. The basic service of the bank is taking deposits from their customer and issuing checks and savings account to individuals or to the business, extending loan to individuals and businesses, cashing checks, facilitating money transactions such as a wire transfer and cashier checks, issuing credit cards, ATM cards and debit cards, storing valuables, particularly in the safe deposit box. India adopted a socialistic model of development with centralized plans for implementing the objects of balanced growth. For this purpose, banks were nationalized to ensure that the flow of credit followed the patterns required for economic growth. So here, the economic growth is possible where the banks are nationalized. The patents are required for economic growth. For this purpose, the banks were nationalized. Nationalization of bank. It led to the expansion of banking network in the country, with the banks recording the multifold growth in the recruitment and deployment of finance. However, with the growth of the network, there also arise concern over the efficiency of such directed credit and the cost of operations in conducting banking in the public sector. The liberalization of Indian economy in the 1990s, the financial sector was also liberalized in order to allow greater competition, lending to efficiency in the banking system. This has led to the development such as the entry of new private banks, foreign banks in operating the country and the government equity, the public sector banks, without ceding the government control. Apart from the increasing competition, the banking sector in the country is currently through the changes being impacted by the events such as economic recession. So here we can say the liberalization in the 1990 take place, but there is a change. There is a huge competition in the banking sector. Day by day, the things are changing. The public sector banks, the private sector banks, and the entry of new foreign banks has come. So in the country, the competition is changing day by day. General banking. The concept of general banking refers to the provision of most or all financial services under a single or largely unified banking structure. Financial activities may include intermediation, trading of financial instruments and foreign exchange and their derivatives, underwriting new debts and equity issues, brokerage, corporate advisory services including mergers and acquisition, investment management, insurance, holding equity of non-financial firms in the bank portfolio. General banking can be divided into four parts. The fully integrated universal bank supply the complete range of financial services from one institutional entity. Partially integrated financial multinational that is able to supply the services listed above. But several of these examples are mortgage banking, leasing, and insurance, which are provided wholly or partially by the subsidiaries. The bank subsidiary structure. The bank focuses essentially on commercial banking and other functions including investment, banking and insurance, which are carried out through legally separate subsidiaries of the bank. The bank holding company structure. A financial holding company owns both banking and in some countries non-banking subsidiaries that are legally separate and individually capitalized in so far as financial activity other than banking are permitted by law. The holding company often owns non-financial firms or the holding company itself may be the industrial concern. So here, these are the four parts divided the banking: fully integrated universal banking, partially integrated financial institution, banking subsidiary structure, and the banking holding company structure. So these are the four parts divided into bank. Widespread banking include not only services related to savings and loans, but also investment. However, in practice, the term universal bank refers to those banks that offer a wide range of financial services beyond commercial banking and investment banking and insurance, etc. There are some more examples of the new trends banking system in the commercial bank. I will deal in the next class. Thank you so much.